Ever since I was 4 years old, I knew that I wanted to travel the world and to help people. My parents recognized this in me and sent me on my first global excursion with my grandma when I was 10 years old. We went to Zambia, Africa. For me, it was love at first sight. I was born in Kirkland, Washington on November 27th, 1990. I was given the name Danika Ann Scherstad. I was homeschooled with my older brother and my younger sister until junior high, when we moved to Woodinville, where I would later graduate high school in 2008. When I was in high school, I earned my nursing assistant certification through their health occupation program. And shortly after graduation, I went to Lake Washington Institute of Technology with hopes of enrolling in their nursing program. Shortly after my time there, I felt my passion kind of begin to fade, and so I knew that I had to get back to where the fire and the passion had really been ignited in me at the very beginning. And so I dropped out of school and I bought a round-trip ticket to Zambia, Africa. So at 18 years old, I began my first international travel alone. It was quite an experience, and I was able to stay in a guest house that was owned by my aunt and uncle. And my aunt told me that there was a big deaf population there, so I bought some books on sign language and began to teach myself. I just fell in love with working with the deaf community, and one of the things that we were doing was training them and helping get them involved in internships so that they could get work in a community where being deaf is cause for pretty extreme discrimination. I really noticed a lot of their health disparities. Many of their parents didn't even speak sign language, so if they were feeling sick, there was no one who they could really tell or communicate that to, and no one who was there advocating for them. There was no professionals at the local clinic who could listen to their needs, and it really became obvious just what it was like to be or to have a disability living in Africa. One of the other things that I was doing when I was there was volunteering in an HIV/AIDS hospice. I certainly learned a lot about HIV/AIDS testing, and one thing that was very interesting to me was working with HIV positive mothers with babies who are HIV negative, and just what you can do in a situation of poverty and how to ensure that those babies are getting proper nutrition. It really was a fantastic and eye-opening experience working in a health clinic in a developing nation. After my 6 months there, again, I did not want to return home, but I knew that I had the best chance of getting a good education back home in the United States. When I got home in fall of 2009, I re-enrolled in school with plans of continuing towards getting my registered nursing degree. On January 22nd, 2010, I was set up on a blind date with a guy named Stephen Troop. And 4 months later, we were engaged, and 2 months after that, we were married. Being married to him has been the greatest decision that I've ever made. We both share a love of traveling and international development. Shortly after we were married, I realized that nursing just wasn't exactly what I was looking for. So again, I dropped out of school. I later got a job as a paraeducator working in special education. It was while I was working this job in October in 2012 that I realized that my issue with nursing was that I was working individual to individual, and my passion was with working in whole communities. So that night I went back and got on my computer and started researching what that looked like as far as a degree, and I went to the Western Washington University website, saw the community health program, and I knew immediately that that was it. After graduation, we hope to do international development work and travel together, and our passion really is empowering locals with the skills and the knowledge that they need to meet their own goals and to realize their own potential.